Okay, so I haven't filmed for a long time. Different reasons. Too hot, too dry, but I wanted to at least make one film. We are now on the 4th of August, just to see what the garden has changed for 1 year. And even with the drought, I have managed to save almost everything. A couple of losses, I'll show you later. But also, there's been some wonderful things, wonderful roses, wonderful lilies, and this is, as you might know, going to be the white garden. And gradually, more and more white flowers and bushes are being established here. Also, I have to show you my tiny grapes. Look, aren't they cute? Quite a few of them. I guess I should have done pruning and everything, but I'm just so happy it actually survived the very severe and cold winter we had. And both of them actually survived. There is another one over here. Not with grapes, but it's grown a lot. So even in the white garden and just around my house, the entrance, I have continued to have a mixture of vegetables and flowers. So we have some squash in there, and my willow hedge has really grown. I've actually been taking cuttings this year, so hopefully I'll manage to make that willow cabin for my grandsons eventually. The blueberries have been really suffering this year because of the drought, but otherwise most everything here has survived. You see the zucchini, the golden rush, and the magnolia has grown a lot. I think maybe I need to stake it because it's getting quite a weird shape, but still it has survived the really windy place and the extremely hot and dry summer. Sugar snap peas gone over, but I'll collect them and store them for next year. A couple of new additions this year is walnut. I will find out which variety it is. Can't remember just now. I'll tell you later. And as you see, the willow hedge is really great, and with the Jerusalem artichokes in the front. The Austrian roses, the climbing roses, have survived and given me lots of beautiful flowers. Another magnolia I planted, well, sort of got buried under a few tons of horse manure, but I'm really grateful for the manure. There's another walnut tree. I planted an aronia next to it, and also comfrey. Raspberry bushes have survived, and also the elderberry, they have survived. They haven't grown a lot, but at least they survived. See you next year. And because it's so dry, maybe not too much action at the compost. I'm not sure if you can see, but it is 50 degrees or something, so at least there's some activity in there. So this part of my garden are just in the beginning phase. I planted a few trees, some chestnuts, edible, so hopefully they will survive the Norwegian winter. One casualty over there, a Canadian maple syrup down there, another chestnut here, and the third one is here. I planted comfrey around them all, and also an aronia bush, and hopefully gradually I will develop this. So, but I mean, just look at the ground. Look at the ground. When I dug these holes, I needed to do it in several phases. It's bone dry down to about 80 centimeters, maybe almost a meter. And I needed to dig a little, pour water on it, let it soak, dig that out, pour more water on it, and I kept on going. Really, really hard work. The elderberry bushes I planted all the way here, most of them have survived, but they've really struggled. Not only because of the sun, but it's windy, so hot, so dry, and with all the wind, it's been difficult for them. But I planted sugar snap peas around them all to give them extra nitrogen and some protection. I have some beans growing around here. Well, not great germination, but a few of them have come up. And some carrots, and I'm really excited about anything coming up at all, because it's so dry. And this is really fine, like clay. Not a lot of organic matter here at all. So this will be some work. And I had to buy myself some new power tools because I need to clear all this new growth and decide what I want to plant down here. Or maybe I need to get a few goats or something, because this is just insane. It's just insane how much it's grown. A volunteer sunflower, elderberry all the way, and almost all of them I think have survived. And here you see more of the kitchen garden with the potatoes, who are also, I mean, they shouldn't be picked until maybe October. That's the usual time to pick potatoes in Norway. But I've started harvesting them because, as you can see, the leaves are not really green anymore. And the onions I planted, they looked fine for a long time. And then I think that just the heat and the sun just, well, they couldn't take it anymore. So there will be a few. And then I prepared these beds for next year. It's the mixture of horse manure and sawdust. And underneath this protection cover there's kailan. But as you can see, protection against the white butterfly, it hasn't worked because they're flying in there. I must have found a hole or something. Beetroot, carrots from last year gone to seed, so I'm going to save that and use those to plant for next year. Cucumbers are zucchinis are doing great. Not a lot to pick here yet, but at least they are growing. Some pickle cucumbers. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but they are at least growing. And only 3 asparagus seeds germinated, but maybe next year. Some more beetroot and some beans. Well, it's been a really, really difficult summer with all the drought. Terrible, terrible drought. The fields are not green. No, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but it's been difficult. So anyway, that's how it is now. All over there you can see some Jerusalem artichokes. And the entrance down to the basement is more or less finished. Still waiting for glass for the window and fittings around the door, some kind of rails around it, and a kind of roof, but hopefully it will be here before the winter. Okay, so this is at least a little bit from my garden, and at least for me, I can look at it and remember next year and say, oh, that was how 2018, the hardest drought since 1947. That's how it was like. So anyway, just one more thing before I end. I planted an apricot, no, not apricot, it's not nectarine, it's peach tree. It's supposed to be hardy. I'm not sure it will survive, but I'll try. and some lettuce and some spinach. Otherwise, most everything went to seed, bolted. But there you have some coriander, some dill, more carrots from last year. I'll collect all the seeds, bolted lettuce. Well, anyway, that's my garden, August 2018. Thanks for watching. Bye.